This is the Data Privacy Detective. It's October 2024, and this is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, declared by the national U.S. government. We're going to turn our spyglass to one of the organizations that holds some of our most confidential, private, personal information. That's the law firm. You know, when you talk to a lawyer, you assume that your communication will be very private. You can discuss anything, expose risks, questions you have about very personal or organizational subjects. Well, how safe is data that is kept by law firms? That's what we're going to take a look at. And if you look at what the American Bar Association has reported, you find that 25% of United States law firms 25% have suffered a data breach. And of those, 40% did not know they were attacked when it happened. So what can we do about this? What is the state of data privacy held by organizations like law firms? Well, let's start with advice to any organization that holds personal data about people. There are four easy things to be mentioned by the National Coordinator for Critical Infrastructure, Security, and Resilience of the United States. And here they are. Use strong passwords. Number two, turn on MFA, that's multi-factor authentication, whenever it's offered. Number three, recognize and report phishing, spelled with a capital PH, and update software anytime it's mentioned to you that you should update your software. Now, those are good tips across the board, aren't they? But let's look at what one of the leading insurers in the state of Ohio for law firms and lawyers recommends that law firms do, because that'll give you an insight into the security of data held by law firms. Well, the Ohio insurer offers a toolbox that reports there have been serious hacks of huge Wall Street firms. You may remember the Panama firm a few years ago that released 11.5 million sensitive records about its clients. The most common attack on law firms is spear phishing, hitting someone within a law firm to open up the law firm's infrastructure, its IT infrastructure, that then allows spyware, malware to get put in and data hacks to occur. And there are 9 tips this insurer gives to insured law firms about how to avoid a data breach. Here they are. Develop a comprehensive information security plan to prevent them in the first place. Comprehensive plan, good ideas. Second, conduct a risk assessment and really focus on the most sensitive data that really must be kept securely and in the right way. Number 3, use appropriate encryption throughout the IT system of a law firm. Number 4, limit the access that people have to the firm's internal infrastructure, data infrastructure, only to known and trusted users. And be careful about people on the exit interviews and so on, that the data remains protected. Number 5, develop and follow a data retention and, important, destruction policy so that you don't keep data that you don't need and may be at risk in a data breach, even though you didn't need to keep it. Number 6, keep antivirus and security software up to date at all times. Put in every patch that's recommended. Number 7, educate, train employees about phishing and smishing and all the other ways that malactors can accomplish a data attack. Number 8, develop a WISP, a written internal security protocol, so it's there and that it's enforced, and this is essential to have discipline in the system. Number 9 deals with what happens if you have a data breach. Have in advance, of course, a preparedness plan. Now, if you think about that, all 9 rely on individuals to be better trained, better equipped, have IT professionals either engaged on an outsourced basis or in-house, dealing with these things at all times, having firm leadership, instill a culture of these things, all terrifically important. But look, we're all human. Mistakes are going to occur. And so I think of data safety much the way I think we all thought about automobile safety maybe 50 years ago, wondering why don't we have seat belts? Wouldn't that be a good idea? Don't we have safety built into the car instead of something that we ought to just be careful about not running into someone at top speeds? You have to think about data safety in the same way that the automobile industry thought about automobile safety 50, 60 years ago. And we must build into systems preventive mechanisms, uh, things like storing particularly sensitive data in a more secure way than just all data within a law firm. Things that can tripwires and other things that can detect threats as they're coming in, all of which can be done within the architecture itself, within equipment and related software packages. That's what I'd suggest beyond the very good practices recommended for law firms. Now, law firms know they need to keep data private, and so do other health organizations by law and other organizations by law that have sensitive data. But it just gives you a glimpse that data hacks are continuing, even in an industry like this. Our data is at risk. And that's why I close every podcast the way I do here. Protecting your personal data and privacy begins with you.